which one would you prefer? Reading books, watching movie?
I think I prefer reading a book.
Yeah, and why do you think reading book is better than watching movie? So especially if the movie is adopted from book. So for example, a movie that is adopted from a book, which one would you prefer? Reading the book or watching the movie from the book?
I don't have enough time to watch a movie about 1 hour and a half.
Ah,
Uh, but I can read a book as much as I can.
yeah.
15 minutes. If I have a 15 minutes only, I can read it, and I
Ah,
will continue uh, to read another time
yeah, of course.
in other time.
So if you had time, so actually now the problem is time. So if you had time, would you watch or would you read? So that is the point.
Uh, Maybe I watch the movie to relax.
You would watch, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
to relax.
Yeah. And so can you name a movie that is adopted from book? Can you name?
Mm, um, the the life of Pi, or the life of Pi life. Ah, Pi of life. Uh, I like uh, Forrest Gump.
Ah, of course, of course.
Uh, some Vietnamese movie. Some
Of course.
Vietnamese movies. Um, it's from the story, the book of the Nguyễn Nhật Ánh writer.
Yeah.
Nguyễn Nhật Ánh writer. Some stories in that book are made film.
Ah, of course, of course. Yeah, very good. And tell me about the genre. So film. So we talked about book genre. Now let's talk about film. So if you have time, if you can watch, what genre would you normally, prefer to watch? Like comedy, drama, fantasy, horror, sci-fi, thriller,
Maybe um, drama,
drama,
drama film. Yeah,
guys.
romantic film or family, about family.
Yeah,
Uh, or
romance and
business.
family.
Yeah.
So of course, so romance. Let me share the screen. Okay, romance and drama. Wow. Okay, so as you can guess, we're gonna talk about film. So let me share my book. Okay, so we have the first word, and it's a good word. So intellectual. So what is that? First of all, let's talk about the meaning. If I want to simplify it, I say very educated and interested in studying. So, and like, the ability to think carefully and to do every activities carefully. So that is the meaning of intellectual. And so a person who engaged in critical thinking, research, and reflection about the reality of society, and someone who actually proposes some solutions. So for a problem, so can be called as intellectual, and you can see relating to your ability to think and understand things, especially complicated. So it's commonly stated in books and movies that aliens are more intellectual than human beings. No, we are more. Why? No. Of course, no. Wow. So this is about the first word. So do you know anyone? Intellectual one.
I don't know. Electron.
Intellectual.
Yeah,
So
someone famous, like Robert Einstein,
of
or
course, of course,
maybe
Albert Einstein, yeah, of course.
Mozart. Mozart.
Mozart, of course, yes. Of course, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Intellectual.
Or Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But when we say intellectual, it refers to, anything related to the mind, reasoning, so, or mental capacity. So it's, of course, Albert Einstein, so can be like knowledgeable, critical thinking. So high level understanding is a really good one. So that is high level understanding. So this is the meaning of intellectual. And you can say the verb. We normally enjoy. That is really interesting. So when talking about positive qualities, and we normally use enjoy. But when we talk about something negative, we say suffer. So suffer from something negative, but enjoy from something positive. Like, for example, I don't know, she enjoys the power and she enjoys engaging in, I don't know, like intellectual issues. So this way you can use it. And of course, you can use it as an adjective, that is, you're more intellectual than other person. Well, and this one, adaptation. So what is that? You can see a film, book, play, etc. that has been made from another film, book, play. So that is the meaning of adaptation. So it's like something produced, or for example, something uses a different situation, or for example, different films. Okay, so that is adaptation. And as you can see here, Jaws is considered one of the most influential movie adaptations of all time, leading to reduced beach attendance in 1975 because everyone feared going into the ocean. So this is about adaptation. So it comes from something, Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch that film, Jaws?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
I did. I was young. I was young and I watched. And yeah, I remember that. So it was really, I don't know why that, actually there was a time that, I, was really into like this genre. It was really interesting to me. It was really captivating and I don't know, thrilling. Like I watched a lot. This one and let me say Sharks, like I don't know, like another movie, the same. But I watched, yes. Yeah. How about you?
yes.
Just one moment, please. I
Fantastic.
need to connect my charger.
Yes.
Sorry. I need to connect my charger. Just one moment. Okay, that's okay. So it's okay. Well, it's better now. Well, so yes, you did. You did?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And so how about now? I don't think.
Um, my opinions about Jaws is very, it's dangerous. Uh,
No, I want to know if you watch the same genre and the same films now or no. It's just something in past. Because now I don't. It was something related to the past. Now I don't. I used to. How about you?
Yes, yes. I used to watch that genre,
Genre, of
but now
course.
I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I don't like it. I, I like something romantic and uh,
You know, it's
yeah,
like it's something related to our mind, brain. Like, we're too
yeah,
busy to have more. It's too much, I think. So I need something really peaceful and I don't know, not really
yeah,
exciting,
yeah,
not really moving. No, I can't. Well,
yeah.
so as you can
Mhm.
see, adaptation film is like a movie that is based on another medium, can be book or I don't know, can be, for example, a video game or I don't know, real life events. So this one. And
Adaptation,
this one,
adaptation.
viscerally. So this is adverb and the adjective visceral. In a way that is based on deep feeling. So this is adverb, deep stated or deep seated. So based on deep feeling and emotional reactions rather than on reason or thought. So visceral means inner, okay? And viscerally like something instinctive. So that is, or like heartfelt, like this emotional. So there are some synonyms that, some word that can match this adverb. And
Yes.
yeah, characters in romantic novels often act viscerally before doing any rational thinking. So of course, it's like emotionally. Emotionally is a good. So instinctive, emotionally, yeah,
Deep feeling, emotionally.
yeah,
Yes. Mm.
yeah, of course.
Characters in romantic novel often act viscerally, viscerally before
Yeah,
doing any rational
yeah,
thinking.
of course.
Mm.
So rational, like logical. Sounds like, yeah, they
Logical.
decide. Yeah, of course, it's like, they decide based on their emotions, not, I don't know, their mind and the logic. So it's like they don't think. So this is, they act viscerally and viscerally. So adjective and adverb. Well, and streamline. To shape something so that it can move as effectively and quickly as possible. So yes, streamline. Yes, to change something maybe so that it works better. So this is about, for example, Shades of Grey. Did you watch this movie? The movie was heavily streamlined to better appeal to the mass audience. So streamline means to change something so that it works better by making it simpler. So change something so
To
that
change.
it works better, or especially by making it simpler. Yeah. For example, when you're talking about, it's not only about movies, like, you know, or films. So we are talking about companies. For example, the company streamlined its operation and increase its profit. So it's like, you know, made some changes to make everything better, to make more profit. So this is the meaning of streamline. Okay. And just, you know, we will make, and this one, compunction. Just, did you get the meaning of streamline?
Yeah. Make something get a progress.
Yeah.
Make a change that make a change that
Yeah.
bring,
If I want
that
to give
can
you,
have effectively or get a progress.
yeah, if I want to give you two simple words, simplifying, improving, both of them. So as you can see, to change something, that is, I can say simplify and improving. Just let me change the colors because I can't see what I typed. Just one moment.
Change something that was better.
Yeah, of course.
It was better, like simpler.
Of course.
50 Shades of Grey, the
Yeah.
movie, was heavily streamlined to better appeal to a mass audience.
So what they do, for example, in films, let me explain how they streamline. For example, there are some unnecessary scenes they cut. So, or I don't know, they cut some elements. They try to make the story more understandable and people can focus better. So that is the meaning of streamline. So, I don't know, sometimes the filmmaker decide, for example, to streamline the plot, the story. I don't know, like simplify it so that it's more catching and like captivating.
Yeah.
More engaging, for example, like, you know, it can be more engaging. So sometimes it's too much. So they try to make some changes. And this one, compunction. So of course, compunction. A feeling of guilt or anxiety about something you've done or might do. Yeah. Sense of guilt. That is, yeah. Like, you know, it's like sharp uneasiness caused by sense of guilt. So you can feel, I don't know, well, good, like because you did something wrong. So that is the meaning of this. And
Regret.
I have, yeah,
Regret.
yeah, it's like, you know, of course, but you know, when we say compunction, because regret is not a passing feeling, but this can be, you know, compunction can be a passing feeling of regret. Yeah. Because, you know, normally it happens for some slight wrongs, not very serious. So because of this, yeah, we can say, for example, a passing feeling of regret for some slight wrong.
A passing feeling of regret for some slight,
not really serious, like slight. For example, I have no compunction of being mean to him because I hate him. So I have no feeling of, I don't know, regret or sadness. Yeah. Or, of course, sometimes you can use it. It's like, because it's maybe an immediate feeling or like this. So some people, some criminals commit crime and they feel no compunction, no regret, no compunction. So it can be used for crimes. Well, okay, let's see. Let's make some sentences to understand those words better.
Mm. Okay, make a sentence with this.
First intellectual.
Um, we are grateful and of in um grateful for are we grateful for intellectual intellectual um intellectual um, products
Intellectual
um,
products.
um, uh, intellect intellectual products or interpreter person.
Yeah,
Is it?
intellectual. So intellectual can be used as a noun or adjective. So when it refers to person, yeah, of course you can say. But, you can say intellectual product. That is, it can be an item or something that results from intellectual effort. So this way, like invention, like, I
Mm,
don't know, book, research, so everything. So they can be intellectual because they result actually from something like uh, really intellectual effort. So this way you can use it. But when it comes to nouns, and when you're talking and using intellectual as a noun, so it's like a person, knowledgeable, and someone who reads a lot, and who is, for example, who has ability to understand everything and to take action very quickly. So this is about actually a noun. And you can use it, for example, as an adjective to describe something that is related to mind and knowledge. So, for example, intellectual discussion, intellectual conversation. I enjoy intellectual conversation about philosophy, for example. So it can be used as an adjective or a noun. My friend
um,
is really intellectual because she always read and she discuss and talk on different topics in detail. And so this way you can use it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, we're grateful for intellectual persons who change our world. Our world.
Of course. Of course.
Many intellectual persons uh, who change the world. The world.
Yeah, maybe brilliant. You're talking about brilliant mind. And it's better.
Yeah.
So you can say, yeah, you can say, I am grateful to, for example, to someone, to brilliant, to scientist, to, for example, inventor, helping the world, making the world a better place to live. So this one,
Yeah.
how to use it. So you can use grateful because you use this word grateful to or grateful for. But that actually there is a difference here. You are grateful to someone, you are grateful for something. For example, I'm grateful to you, okay? For example, helping me. I'm grateful for the opportunity that you actually gave me. So that is grateful to someone to someone for something. And that was really good. Yeah, we are grateful to people who changed the word and who made the word better place to live, of course.
Yeah. Or
now, adaptation.
Adaptation. Um, um, I like this movie that is an adaptation of a famous novel.
Yeah,
I
famous.
like the
I say
film.
best-selling. Best-selling is better than famous for
Best,
novels.
best
Yeah.
films.
This film is the adaptation of the best-selling novel. Yeah, very good. Just,
Best film is
yeah, adaptation of
adaptation of
best-selling. Yeah, no,
best-selling novel. Yeah.
yeah. And let me say something. We have film adaptation and we have biological adaptation. So they're different. So you know that we use this word for animals, for example. So they adopt. So actually, animals involving traits like, that help them survive in their environment is called adaptation. So it has different meaning when it comes to biology and biological adaptation or film. So they're different, definitely different. Okay, the next one, viscerally.
Visually. Um, Deep feeling emotionally. Mm. I like the actress. She's art viscerally and make the film more attractive.
Yeah, can be viscerally. Yeah, of course, you can say. Yeah.
Oh, the film
Yeah, of
and
course. Sometimes you cry at the end of a film. Like, you start crying, and it's like it leaves
viscerally.
you in tears. So that is
Viscerally.
hits you viscerally, emotionally. Yeah,
Mhm.
it has actually an emotional impact on you. So this way is better.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
yeah,
I watch a lot of films, and every film's ends hit me viscerally. I'm
yeah, yeah,
easy
but
to. Uh,
yeah.
I am I'm a viscerally.
No,
I
you are not. No, you can say
no,
that I'm
I,
emotional. Here is better because I'm emotional.
I'm emotional.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
emotional. I'm
Yeah.
emotional.
Because visceral means inner. So it's
Yes.
not like emotion, but viscerally is something that comes from your inner actually, or that is instinctive. Like, yeah, this one is better. Well, so yeah, the next one, streamline.
Mm,
But just, before I keep going with this streamline, let me say, because you said I like The way that she acts viscerally. But you shouldn't like actually. You know why? When we say actor or actress, so they should act, they should play like, you know, in strong way. They should be really strong. And, you know, what when we say she acts, for example, viscerally, it means she behaves in a way that maybe is instinctive, emotional, so without much thought. And for actor or actress is not really good, maybe quality. So because you know that the actions should be, I don't know. So actually, it has two aspects. If you mean that, yes, it was really emotionally and maybe her actions driven by strong or immediate feelings, so it's okay. But I don't know. Maybe intellectual is better. I'm not sure about this one. But
Yeah.
actually, the sentence was definitely correct. So the sentence was correct, but I was trying to clarify it. So why it's good. Well, streamline.
I try to streamline my routine to save my time. To save time.
To save.
I streamline um, mm, streamline what? uh, or
Yeah.
So
how do you want to do this? Actually, it was good, but how do you want to streamline your, because that is really good if you can streamline your routine. So, but how? How you can do this? Because you want to simplify it, and I don't know, optimizing tasks for
yeah,
efficiency.
for
Yeah.
example, I don't think much about what about my outfit. I change clothes a lot of times. Uh, I makeup my I worry much about my hair or my face, so I don't want to. Uh,
So it's
I
like
want to save time by streamline
very good.
my routine.
Yeah, it's like you want, first of all, the first step, and it was a good tip, prioritize. So of course, yeah, prioritize is really important. So which one is important, which one is not important, I don't know. Or you can eliminate distractors. Like,
Mhm.
my hair, my dress, so that is eliminated. You can say, I want to eliminate distractors because they are distractors, unnecessary things. So you can omit them. Well, and this one, compunction. So
Compulsion. I felt no compulsion. I I have no compulsion about um about telling the truth.
of course,
Uh,
yeah, for telling the truth, yeah, of course. I've no compunction for telling the truth, yeah, of course, yeah. Or yeah, I don't feel
uh, or
compunction.
yeah, or I felt compulsion when um um not telling the truth.
Yeah, of course. For yeah,
I feel compulsion about no about no not telling.
So,
Not telling the
okay, yeah. For example, you can say, I feel strong compunction for not about, no, for not telling the truth.
strong compassion.
Yeah, I feel compunction for not telling the truth.
Oh, for not telling the truth. Yeah, for. Okay. Yes. Mm, I
Yeah,
felt a compassion for not taking care of my children.
yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, very good. Yeah. And do you have any questions related to these words? I think they're clear now.
Mm, yes.
Okay, well, okay, well, we have a widow, so we're gonna watch, but okay, we have a, like, maybe it's like a story. Just what is the poster? Ready Player One. How different do you think? Okay, so of course, I've not watched the film and read the book. So let's see what is the video. It's not bad to watch the video. Just let's see and then answer the questions. So one moment, let me share my screen.
Heady intellectual medium of. Ever since the dawn of cinema, film has been the sort of little brother to the more heady intellectual medium of novels, and many film adaptations of literature leave viewers and critics saying, the book was better. From The Golden Compass to The Great Gatsby, from The Hobbit to Harry Potter, and to The Giver. Oh, The Giver. We find ourselves wondering why adaptations of beloved stories tend not to live up to the source material. To quote literary and film theory professor Thomas Leach, the book will always be better than any adaptation because it is always better at being itself. So what makes a good adaptation, especially of a great or popular book? Can an adaptation ever really live up to the story you formed in your head? Narrative adaptations, be they passed down through oral tradition or the written word, have a long and rich history that predates film. Whether it's Goethe's Faust or Ovid's The Metamorphoses, plays, ballets, and opera became the medium for popular stories to reach the pre-mass literacy masses. However, film can accomplish what all of these other mediums can do while reaching an even wider audience. It also frees visual adaptation from needing to stay on one relative plane, like a stage, for example. But adaptation isn't just about changing the story. It is translating the story to a totally different language, the language of film. Film language includes cinematography, art directing, acting, editing, sound design, special effects, score, all of which work together to communicate ideas and emotions more quickly and viscerally than books can. Film language can add to a story in ways that books can't. Fight Club author Chuck Palahniuk saw the film adaptation as the best version of the story. According to Palahniuk, I was sort of embarrassed of the book because the movie had streamlined the plot and made it so much more effective and made connections that I had never thought to make. But books as a medium have advantages as well. Books let us get inside characters' heads. Both 50 Shades of Grey and Ready Player One have long passages where the protagonists muse to themselves about all sorts of things. Ready Player One's adaptation cuts most of Wade's internal monologue, and 50 Shades of Grey's cuts all of Anna's. Ouch. World building and scope is another thing that books can splurge on, and only very recently have the budgets and technology of film and television even began to catch up with a novelist's imagination. George R.R. Martin really went for it in his books, writing a complex story featuring dozens of characters, a few dragons, zombie king, all waging war across multiple continents. Until HBO came along and produced one of the most expensive TV shows ever made, Martin thought it was unadaptable. And then there's Steven Spielberg, a master of adaptation who has no compunction about changing the source material. Jaws transcended its source material as pulpy, boilerplate thriller to become what many consider the beginning of the era of the blockbuster. And in his adaptation of Jurassic Park, Spielberg fleshes out the book's characters, changes some altogether, and adds straightforward theming which wasn't really there in the book. And then, of course, there's Ready Player One, which, well, it's different from the book. But Spielberg's adaptations are generally well regarded. Let's take a look at one that is remembered less kindly. 2005's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy garnered pretty polar reactions upon its release. Based on Douglas Adams' irreverent sci-fi comedy book series of the same name, itself an adaptation of a radio show.
This is the story of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The initial response to this film was, well... But what about this adaptation made it fail to capture the spirit of the book to so many people? Creating an adaptation means incorporating the audience's paratext, and paratext means everything that we, the audience, bring to the piece of media. Preconceptions, our worldview, our political views, what kind of day we had, whether or not we even read the source material, all of these are forms of paratext. A book published in 1952 will have to change to reflect the sensibilities of an audience in the 2000s, which is why the movie version of The Lord of the Rings is probably a lot more loud and bombastic than Tolkien envisioned. Heart of Darkness, which took place in colonial Africa, got a big upgrade to the Vietnam War in Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. And with War of the Worlds, Spielberg took a comment on British colonialism and recontextualized it for this post-9/11 moment in time. Even genre is a form of paratext. Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, which played the whole scenario as farcical, was based on a thriller called Red Alert, which plays the whole scenario straight. Paul Verhoeven took Robert Heinlein's Starship Troopers, which as a book was pretty straight military science fiction, and pushes it so far it is parodic. The Great Gatsby is generally characterized as literary fiction, but its recent Baz Luhrmann adaptation as a movie is more epic romance. But while adaptations can run the gamut from great to not so great, it doesn't really answer why it feels like movies tend not to live up. And a lot of that does have to do with medium. Books are, by their very nature, more personal. When you're reading a book, your brain is essentially acting as director, casting agent, cinematographer. Is it any wonder that people get protective of the books that they love being turned into major motion picture? No, it's as if a middleman has stepped in between you and the literal movie of your dreams. But that is not to say that either medium is superior. Both mediums need to be appreciated on their own terms. According to film critic Pauline Kael, if some people would rather see the movie than read the book, this may be a fact of life that we must allow for. But let's not pretend that people get the same things out of both, or that nothing is lost. The Great American Read is a new series on PBS about why...
It was too fast. I was trying to actually, yeah, set the speed, but I couldn't find any option. Just, maybe I could choose subtitle, but no, it's like not. So it's not possible. So it was too fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do something.
I will listen to again later. Yeah.
Of course, I will send you. Of
Don't
course.
understand much about the video.
Yeah.
I think it's about the adaptation of a book.
Actually, I'm going to show you something else. Just one moment while you're talking. I think I have something better for you that you can use to answer these questions. Of course, if I can find it, there are lots of. Okay, just one moment. Well, so let me see.
Intellectual.
Intellectual, of course.
Adaptation is conclusion.
Okay, well, I think I have something that is not bad to watch. Just one moment. Hi. Let me see. Language of consists of what are purposes of this think of movie adaptation. Okay, let's watch this interview. So maybe this one is better.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Final rule, if this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Oh, what a story. This week's marks 25 years since the iconic Fight Club film first hit theaters. Before that, it was author Chuck Palahniuk's first published novel, earning him a reputation of wickedly grim storytelling.
Tonight, he's launching his 15th novel. It's called Shock Induction at Anderson's Bookshop in Naperville. But first, Chuck Palahniuk joins us here on Spotlight. Welcome to the show.
15th novel. Yeah, the ghost of Fight Club will haunt me forever.
How does that feel? I mean, people always want to talk to you about it.
Well, for years I worked for Freightliner Trucks, and they always sent me to Chicago for training. So I have never been to Chicago unless it was to learn a new air conditioning system.
Oh, wow. Incredible.
Do you get tired of hearing people's love for Fight Club, it being your first out of 15 that you've done?
It was a really slow build because it didn't sell, and then the movie didn't break, and it has taken 25 years to reach an audience.
Incredible. So starting off, did you know early on, okay, I'm a storyteller, I want to be a writer, I dream of writer, there's nothing else, there's no plan B for me?
No, I wanted your job.
Really?
I wanted to be a reporter.
You wanted to feel the gooey slime?
I was that generation that Woodward and Bernstein.
Yeah,
and we all went to journalism school.
Like real journalism.
Yeah.
And then we all graduated and realized it was minimum wage.
Right.
Yes.
We had college loans. So I went to Freightliner and I learned technical writing and mechanics, and I put it all together and wrote Fight Club.
Wow. Now, when you look back, is it still shocking to think that it was so successful being your first published piece?
Yeah, I think everyone was stunned. But it was really the last time that book could have been written, because 9/11 suddenly made all transgressive books like that completely aligned with terrorism. And so
well, now I think you have better idea about this person. So who is that, and actually what is this, because this question about, now let me show you the questions. So first of all, okay, so this one, because the movie adaptation of his book, so you know that it's actually, you know, Fight Club. So the first book and of course the movie that was made from the book, and it was of course really successful by acting Brad Pitt, so it was really successful. Okay, and now let's see, I want to ask another question. So tell me, between a bookshelf and a TV set, what would you choose to have in your bedroom?
Yeah, before, many years ago, I have a TV set in my bedroom, but now about six years, I changed, and I have a bookshelf in my bedroom for
Of
6
course. So
years.
it's been 6 years, and now you have, it has been 6 years, and you have a bookshelf, and that's really good, of course.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't have a TV set anymore in my bedroom.
of course, it's really good. Great. I don't like TV. I don't like
Oh,
TV.
you too? Oh, yeah.
I don't watch. If I have
Oh,
time to see, you know, some animations because of my daughter, so just no. So in the past, yes, not now. And so of course, so do you think, so sometimes people think that, okay, movies can be better than books, like especially when we have movies from books. So they think that, yeah, movies better because, I don't know, they cut some unnecessary parts. So you know that in books there are lots of dialogues, I didn't know, sentences that in movies are cut. So what do you think? Do you think movies are better alternatives than books?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
maybe it's more attractive and it's easier attacked, uh, easily attacked the people.
Human
Yeah,
grab attention.
maybe many people like movie much more than book.
Yeah, of course. So maybe
Reading
because of music.
suggest answers have a change to socialize, hanging out with friends, dating, easier to understand than books, reading language, less time consuming, visually show the main character's emotion. I think that reading a book and watch a movie, that's different. Books have a feeling, let you live a whole story,
Of
let
course.
you feel the emotion of all characters. Movie often leaves out details that are
Yeah.
written carefully in books. Yes. That's my sister said that the books have a feeling that you live a whole story, and when you watch a movie, the directors often leave out the details.
Yeah, it's like, when you decide, you live, you do, like, you create something in your mind. So, of course, when you watch movie, someone decide what you watch. Like, of course, I don't know, like scenes, pictures, people, voice, like music, so everything. But when you read a book, actually, you can create every character their own. So it's like you decide and about their appearance, about, for example, their character. That is really interesting, I think. Of course, books are
Yes.
definitely better.
If we have a time, we read the book and watch and after that we watch the movie.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
that's really good because you can compare. So I did, for
yeah.
example, let's watch this film and let's, actually, there was a film. I think, did you watch Gone in the Wind? Did you
God
watch?
and Dreams.
No. So it was, actually, it's really Gone with the Wind. Did you watch? It's,
Can you write the
yeah,
title?
of
Can you write the
course.
title here?
Yes. Gone with the
God
Wind.
with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. Have you watched it?
Maybe I watch with the Vietnamese name.
Yeah. Actually, it
Maybe.
was, that it's very old American historical romance, and you know that. And actually, it was made from novel. And
Oh,
I
I
read,
see.
so I watched the film amazing,
Uh,
definitely. And book, wow, how can I say, it was really good because I think it was award winning book novel. I'm not sure about it, but that was really good. So I read the, of course, film was long film, but the book was actually really thick, as you said. It's really heavy, but it was really interesting, captivating. And so when I compared, because you said that it's good to watch and read, yeah, I read and I watched. And then I decided that book was better.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. Despite film was amazing, incredible, good, but book was better. So
Yeah. And uh, I just research on the Google on Google the
uh
Gone with the Wind.
yeah, you
Uh,
watched?
it has yeah. it has the Vietnamese name is Cuốn theo chiều gió. That's
Ah,
very interesting books. Yeah, a novel.
of course.
Yeah,
That is really good.
it's
Well,
in 1939.
yeah, of course, very old. I'm not sure, but it was very old. So I remember that. It's like when I was so young, I
Uh,
watched it and I read,
I
and
know.
then I decided to read the book.
I note it here, and if I have time, I read it again.
It's really, of course, it's
Yeah.
really good book. The characters, and it was perfect package, I think.
And do you watch? Have you watched The Giver? The movies of The Giver. In the
The
video
Giver?
The Giver we just
No, I haven't.
watched
No, I
the video.
haven't. No, I
Uh,
haven't. What? No, I haven't.
uh,
Unfortunately, The Giver. So
I
have you?
remember. I remember the name. Maybe it's a very uh, famous film.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course. But
they're very good film.
yeah, of course. But that actually Giver, it's actually, that again, the book is award winning. So all these novels that actually are used to create and to make a film, to produce a film, are novel winning books. So I haven't watched this one, The Giver, but so I know that every film that is, I don't know, like for example, is produced and is made from a book can be great because the book is great. So they decide to, like for example, Harry Potter series, like it was like films. uh how I can say, the book perfect because I read, and then again I can say that books are definitely better than films despite films were great. So how,
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it, the films were great, so everything, music, characters, everything was great, but better, definitely better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe later I will watch Giver if I have time, of
Yeah.
course.
Do you think that movie will someday replace books entirely?
I
No.
think yes, no, definitely no. Yeah,
Hmm.
first no. Maybe we talked actually about it yesterday. Maybe reading habits will change, but no.
Yeah. Change to another way to read. We can listen to the audios of the book,
Of course, of
but
course.
the book is still exists. The writer still continue to write.
Of course, it can't because and I think it will improve. It will be better in the future. I think maybe in the future people will less actually, I don't know, will tend to watch, to read books than watch film. I don't know why, but I think so. It's like in the past people used to. Now people more tend to watch. In the future, I think it will change. So books are really, I think they are like our heritage from past. So never be replaced by something else, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think AI can write? Can a good writer
Definitely
can be a
can.
good writer?
In the
Yeah.
future, definitely. But there is something. For example, now we have, so my students use, for example, when they have essay, they use AI to, I don't know, to write essays or to write something. Of course, it's really helpful. I can say definitely good. But we can understand, there is no feeling. When I read a text and I know that, okay, it's perfect, definitely perfect, but we can see that, no, it's not. It's not written by someone. It's like, lack of emotion, lack of feeling. So yes, they can, but I think they're definitely different, totally different with what we do. So, for some reasons, we are human beings.
AI can help to research information or help in some tasks, but they cannot write a novel.
No.
Because they lack of emotion and feelings that you told.
Of course, it's like, you know, something that comes from your heart, like something that, of course, it's not. Even if they can, it's, I don't know, like something robotic, like, you know, just something artificial. It's not real and without any sense or feeling. So no, they can't.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, okay, my dear man, and again, another session and another class, and we need to go. Just have a great weekend. What do you do? Whatever you do, just have a great weekend and enjoy, and see you next week.
Yes. Same to you. Yeah,
Please.
goodbye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye. Goodbye.